Hello, welcome to this video. So this MC question is about manipulation of complex number, and it's also related to the description, okay, of certain numbers. That means the number system. So that u equals 7 over a plus I and v equals 7 over a minus I, where a is a real number. Okay, so for statement 1, so it would be about uv. Okay, so uv equals 7 over a plus I times 7 over a minus I. And then for multiplication of two fractions, okay, so that will be just the product of the numerators over the product of the denominators. So that's why 49 over, so for the denominators, okay, of course, okay, we can use the difference of two squares identity. So that will be a squared minus I squared. And then that will be minus -1. And then that's why this one, okay, will be 49 over a squared plus 1. Okay, so if we try to take a equals pi, okay, so pi, okay, is a real number. Then a squared plus 1, you can use your calculator to verify. So a squared plus 1 is not an integer. So uv may not be rational. So a number is actually be rational if it can be rewritten as a fraction of two integers. So now if a squared plus 1, okay, so the denominator is not an integer, so well 49, okay, numerator is an integer. So in this case, okay, if we try to take a equals pi, well then the product of u and v, okay, is not is not a rational number. So that's why uv, okay, may not be rational. So we just now we have just now taken a kind example to disprove this statement. For statement 2, so the real part of u, so u equals 7 over a plus I. And then you can see this complex number, okay, so we have I, okay, in the denominator. So of course, okay, we need to rationalize, okay, the denominator by multiplying the whole fraction by a minus I over a minus I. And then of course, okay, we can do the simplification. And then we write, okay, the fraction into the standard form of the complex number. Okay, so this is for u. Similar for v. So v equals 7 over a minus I. For the same reason, rationalization. So 7 times a plus I over a squared plus 1. And then split it into two fractions, okay, or you may say that we try to rewrite it into the standard form of a complex number. And then by this, we can then tell the real parts and the imaginary parts of the complex numbers u and v. So that's why here, okay, so for the real part of u, okay, so the real part of u, so that will be this. And then the real part of v, okay, will be that. And then you can see that, wow, it's good, okay, the real part of u is equals to the real part of V. Okay, so that's why statement 2 is correct. And then finally for statement 3. Okay, so statement 3, okay, it will be about 1 over u. So 1 over u, okay, will be a plus I, just the reciprocal of u, right? So you just try to swap the numerator and the denominator. And then the denominator low I, so that's why no need to do the rationalization. So just try to rewrite it, rewrite the fraction into its corresponding standard form of the complex number. And then similar for 1 over v. So for this time, the imaginary part of 1 over u, so that's why it would be 1 over 7. Okay, and then the other hand, the imaginary part of 1 over v, I'm afraid, so just differ by a little bit. Okay, differ by a little bit, that means still different. Okay, so that's why here, the imaginary part of 1 over u, it will be 1 over 7. On the other hand, the imaginary part of 1 over v, so that will be negative 1 over 7. So I'm afraid, okay, so the two imaginary parts are not the same. So that's why you can see statement 3 is incorrect. So that's why here only statement 2, okay, will be correct here. So that's why the correct option, okay, would be B. So actually this question is really challenging. Okay, so the problem is done. Thank you for watching.